Well, tonight is going to be part of the Perseid meteor shower, which is when a bunch of small debris falls through the atmosphere and you can see trails through the sky. The debris comes from a comet called Comet Swift-Tuttle, and of course I locked on to the North American Nebula, which is in the constellation Cygnus. And to find Perseus, where the Perseids are, best way to do is go down through the Summer Triangle, which is Summer Cross, which is in Cygnus, which is there's 4 bright stars, which you could see. And then you go down to Cassiopeia, which looks like a W, and then at the very end of the Milky Way, you can see Perseus. Okay. And the peak isn't until Tuesday night, but also in the area there are several star clusters. There's the double cluster. Some of these you actually could, this is magnitude 3. You actually could probably see this with the naked eye. I can see a few with the naked eye at times. So yeah, you get these clusters in here, the 2 double cluster, part of the double cluster. The Sol Nebula. You'd probably need a small telescope or binoculars to see this. And another cluster. Patrick Starfish cluster. I wonder if that's Patrick off of was it SpongeBob SquarePants? I've just seen bits and pieces of that show. I wonder why they call it that, but maybe somebody was a fan of Patrick. And then over in Cassiopeia, there's a number of clusters. Some of them 103, M103. And it's just out of what you'd be able to see with the naked eye. But I can see a few some nights. 6.5, the fuzzy butterfly. Let's see if it does look like a butterfly. You gotta also remember the telescopes that they saw these things through originally weren't that powerful. But maybe if you're out in a dark area, you'll be able to see these. And actually, the moon is actually going to be down for most of the night, so you wouldn't get any bright light from that. But also, if you're out early in the morning, things may be high enough so you can see the Andromeda Galaxy. You just take this triangle and point it towards this star. Like you go from this big square, and you find that star, and you can draw a line, and you can see a fuzzy area if you're in a really dark part of the sky, which is the Andromeda Galaxy, which is about 2 million light years away, and about a billion years our galaxy and it will collide. Now, also a little side note for Draco. Okay. Everybody knows Polaris is the North Star, or should know. It's a double pulsating variable star. I know somebody who's an expert on this star. He's probably going to... But... It's actually one of my former bosses. But... The Earth actually rotates in a giant... not rotates, but has a... like a top, it wobbles, and the wobble, it takes about 25,000 years for it to make one orbit. So, and at one time, it wasn't Polaris that was the northern star. It was this star, Thuban. And it does change from time to time. But, okay. And as I said, the best thing to do is there's a few objects you can keep an eye out while looking at the Perseids. The best thing to do is actually not have a telescope or binoculars. It's just to find a spot out in a field with a chair. Or I'm a little skittish about being in my field at night, but sometimes I do wander out into the middle of it for a while. But yeah, then find a place far from city lights or town lights, and try to find a few Perseid meteors. And I hope you guys have a good night in observing, and clear skies, and good night, or goodbye. Bye.